again, everybody. It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk Team on Couple Music. Tiffany Henyard keeps having problems, and Tiffany Henyard wants me to keep making money off of her problems because I want to be rich. Oh, that's what I do. So again, Tiffany Henyard has some issues going on in these streets, and it first came about when Tiffany Henyard canceled a meeting that was scheduled on May 28th. And many people were not happy about that.
They came and they waited for almost an hour. Then they were told Tuesday night's Thornton Township Board of Trustees meeting was not going to happen.
She walks in and says, "Hey guys, the meeting is canceled. Sorry, we're going to have to postpone it."
On the agenda, the proposed spending plan for the township, which consists of 17 South suburban communities and approximately 185,000 residents.
I got all of my paperwork, collected everything, and I'm sitting here ready.
But the budget is the main thing, the reason why I came. Right. For the budget.
Tony Richardson and many others at the meeting have been calling for more transparency. They were hoping to ask questions about the proposed spending plan. They also say they have concerns about Tiffany Henyard. She's the township supervisor and also the mayor of Dolton. Henyard is the focus of a federal criminal investigation and numerous lawsuits by business owners and employees, current and former.
Plenty of red flags, and I can speak so much on the lawsuits and what it does to us as residents from Dolton to the rest of the Thornton Township.
Everybody is fed up. They've let things get too far.
Christopher Gonzalez is a township trustee.
A lot of lack of communication and just, I hate to say, but incompetent.
Gonzalez says he was told Tuesday's meeting was canceled and rescheduled for Friday afternoon because the board didn't have a quorum.
They were here, they were waiting, they wanted to get their voices heard. It's not right.
So it was scheduled for either May 30th or May 31st. I'm not sure. And people were indeed pissed off because they came to the meeting and she was not there. But then when they got a chance to talk to her, this is what Tiffany Henyard started to say.
You have been led astray. You have been bamboozled. You have been hoodwinked. So
again, do your research. You're not ready for the information. All of this, the normal things that we always hear. But then the residents got get back.
Thornton Township residents from several South suburban communities filled the room, and they had lots to say.
Because what we're not going to do is we're not going to be homeless behind her raising our taxes.
And you said that you have good business skills. Then you should take a look at the budget again.
You are a public servant. You serve us.
Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard is also the mayor of Dolton. She is the focus of a wide-ranging FBI investigation. She's also being sued by several Dolton employees, current and former. Residents say there are concerning issues with the township's spending and other areas of township government.
There are so many red flags.
People are just so tired of this whole situation with the not being transparent. And for Dolton, I can speak for Dolton, we don't know what's going on with our money at all.
Henyard makes $224,000 a year in her township supervisor job. In December, the Board of Trustees passed an ordinance that some called outlandish. It states that if Henyard runs for re-election in 2025 and loses, her successor's salary would drop to only $25,000 a year. But a bill passed in Springfield this week would undo that ordinance and make sure a move like this doesn't happen in the future.
Oh my God, they were roasting her. And as you can see, in one of the parts here, she was telling the lady to kick the lady out of the meeting and all of this, blaming other people for their problems. And again, I always want to preface the fact that she does have supporters, which is stupid. But I want to talk about this because this is important. I'm not worried about those people who are standing up for the right thing. I am more concerned with those people who stand up for the wrong thing in Black America. And those are the people who are enemies of progress. And that is what I want to focus my attention on today. I don't want to focus my attention on those people who get it. I want to focus on people who don't get it and why they are the enemies and they need to pay the largest consequence. Those are the people who need to be called out. Those are the ones who need to be brought back on code. And those are the people who need to be avoided by the community. They need to be ostracized. It would be different if somebody was, let's say, for example, I have a different religion than you, and I'm going to stay Muslim and you're going to stay Christian. Well, that's a faith-based thing. But when we have evidence of corruption, we have evidence of mismanagement, we have evidence of stealing from the community, and you are a person that befriends that situation, that person needs to be ostracized from the community. It is the only way to get Black America on track. Those people who are enemies of the community must be called out. They must be dealt with, and they must be avoided, and they must live in isolation. Those people who respect theft, they respect corruption, they respect buffoonery, they respect chaos, you must leave them to suffer in silence. And this is why I'm telling people we must look for keywords. God said, don't touch my anointed. Things like that, right? You always hear it. Oh, we need to just work together. You can't work with a fraud. You can't work with a thief. So when people tell you that, you don't need to argue with them. You need to remove them from the goal. And there are so many people in Black America, I have noticed, despite the evidence, I have seen it in comment sections, praising Tiffany Henyard. Oh, you're my mayor. You got haters. It is not worth it going back and forth and calling somebody stupid or calling somebody dumb. That person has exposed themselves as someone that cannot and should not be worked with, period. This is not up for the debate. This is not up for a discussion. When a person shows you they support the wrong thing, you should not support their business. You should not speak to them. You should not fellowship with them. They should not be involved in your churches. I'm sorry, because that person's no good. And you can't trust a person that loves lies. You can't trust a person that loves thievery. You can't trust a person that supports the corrupt. Any person that supports that is against you. And again, I'm going to use a name, T.O. Hardiman. I took his video down, but I still see the guy over there commenting on her stuff. You cannot tell me that T.O. Hardiman is a man that loves the Black community. T.O. Hardiman is a man that advocates on behalf of black people. T.O. Hardiman is an enemy of the community. T.O. Hardiman is an enemy of Black success. He should never be allowed to speak on anything about the African American, nothing. It would be different if he had made a mistake and rectified it. He blindly supports that. So what does that tell you about that individual? It's okay to use people and for you to suffer, your kids to suffer. If he likes them, then it's okay. You cannot build anything with an individual like that. A person who thinks like that person hates you. That person despises himself. Then he hates you also while pretending to be your friend. And in the Black community, we have sat back idly by for such people and then wonder why our kids don't have anything, as our corrupt politicians steal from them, as we don't have any development. In Dolton, they didn't even have fire hydrants that worked at a point in certain sections of the city because of the corrupt politicians that were supported. Now you telling me that this is a person that loves Black people, but you steal from your own group? You steal from your own people. You steal from your men and your women in the community. It's one thing. Let me tell you something. To have a harsh criticism of the community, like I might or Kevin Samuels might. That's one thing. Oh, they have a harsh criticism. Show us evidence of us stealing from the people, which you won't find. You have people who use talking points in Black America and steal. Tiffany Henyard will come back and say, oh, let's work together. Oh, I love Black women, Black History Month. On the guise of that, and will steal from you, will fire you, will steal the budget and buy her boyfriend $100,000 something car on your behalf when your city is poor. Tell me how you support somebody like that and you love our group, our community. You're a liar. You're a liar. And we will not grow until we deal with this faction of idiocracy, buffoonery, people being fraudulent and being evil. It's only then can our community grow. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of Sober Drunk. Put your fire, you just heard it well. We're out.